My name is Castro, and I have been helping students a lot on mathematics. That's for primary, junior high school, and senior high school. And I now believe we all know how to find our sum of interior angle, and exterior angle. We now want to take general questions on polygons because there are application questions on polygons that we can't go by the formula approach. Even though we know the formula for interior angle, sum of interior angle and exterior angle, but one may ask, how do we apply these formulas? And I have named it General Questions on Polygons. So this session, I'll divide it into two sessions. And this is the first section. And the other section, you will see it in my next video. Let us take our first question. 1. The exterior angles of a hexagon is s degrees each. Find the value of s. One may ask, why didn't they give us any number? This is not a wrong question. You ask yourself, what is a hexagon? Hexagon has 6 sides. This means when we take a hexagon, this is a hexagon. This is a hexagon. 6 sides. This is a hexagon. These are the exterior angles. These are the exterior angles. And we know that each one is what? X. Each one is X. X. And when I started teaching, I said the sum of exterior angle of any polygon is equal to what? 360 degrees. The sum of exterior angle of any polygon, either it be isocagon, or decagon, duodecagon, pentagon, triangle, it is 360 degrees. But this is the case, they've given us only variable. So you add these variables together and you equate it to 360 degrees. So it becomes x plus x plus x plus x plus x plus x equal to 360 degrees. So as adding itself 6 times, it becomes 6x. 6x because the coefficient of x is 1. But in maths, whenever there is a coefficient of a variable, we don't write because we are assuming that 1 times the variable is equal to the same variable. So as adding itself 6 times, it becomes 6x is equal to 360. Once we are having this, you divide both sides by 6. And 6 goes here 1, 6 goes here 6. S is equal to what? 60 degrees. This means each exterior angle is equal to what? 60 degrees. Now let me prove it. 60, 60, 60, 60, 60, and 60. You see, once you add them up, once we add it, it becomes 360 degrees. This means we are not violating the rule or law because exterior angles add up to what? 360 degrees. So this means this x is what? 60 degrees. Let's move on to our second example. A polygon has 6 sides. Find I, the exterior angle, II, the interior angle, and the third one, it is the sum of interior angle. The sum of interior angle. I will use two main approaches in solving this question. One is the formula approach, and the other one is the application approach. Now, let me start with the formula approach. We know our number of sides to be what? 6. And if you are asked to find our exterior angle, the formula is 360 over n. We know our n to be 6. So 6 goes here 1, 6 goes here 6. It becomes 60 degrees. Our interior angle is 180 n minus 2 over n. That's the formula. We know our n to be 6. So 180, elimination by substitution, 6 minus 2 over 6. 2 minus 6, we are getting 4 over 6. And 180 by 4. 180 by 4. It is 720. 720 over 6. And 6 goes into 72, 12. We have 120 degrees. That's our interior angle. Let's move on to the last one, which is the sum of interior angle. The sum of interior angle. Sum of interior angle. And the formula is 180 n minus 2. I believe now we all know these formulas. 180, and our n is what? 6. 6 minus 2. 180 by 4. We are getting what? 720 degrees. That's the formula approach. Let's move on to the application approach. Application approach. So for here, I will let you take note of something. Always note that the sum of interior angle and adjacent angles of exterior angle. I'm taking it again. The sum of interior angle and adjacent exterior angle sums up to 180 degrees. I'm taking this again. The sum of interior angle and adjacent exterior angle sums up to 180 degrees. Let me use triangle to explain this. You see, we are having interior angle. This is interior angle. And this is the adjacent exterior angle. This means A plus B is what? 180. That's what I mean. Now, let's start from exterior angle. And because we are using the application approach, you should use your formula to first find your exterior angle before. and the application approach will follow from the second question. So it's 360 over n, and 360, we have our n to be what? 6. So the exterior angle now is 60 degrees. 60 degrees. The second one, we now want to find our interior angle. And using the application approach is interior angle plus adjacent exterior angle. Adjacent exterior angle is equal to 180 degrees. That's what I was explaining. And our interior angle here we don't know. So let's bring a variable x plus adjacent exterior angle here is what? 60 degrees equal to 180. So you group like terms. It becomes, you move this one to the right hand side of the equation. Minus 60. And s is what? 120 degrees. You can compare this one with the formula approach, whether we are not getting the same answer. You realize we are getting the same answer. The third one, let's find the sum of interior angle. The sum of interior angle. And we now know the polygon has 6 sides. And to find our sum of interior angle, you just multiply this interior angle by the number of sides. It becomes 120 by 6, and this is 720 degrees. You see, I've simplified it. We are getting the same answer. So always when you are given a question like this, then the number of sides of a polygon, and you are asked to calculate for exterior angle, interior angle, and sum of interior angle, you first work out your exterior angle using this formula, that is 360 over n. And after getting your exterior angle, you find your interior angle. And I said, the sum of interior angle and adjacent exterior angle is 180. We now know your adjacent exterior angle, but we don't know our interior angle. You add it and you equate it to 180. Group like terms and solve for the variable. To find your sum of interior angle 2, you multiply this 120 by the number of sides given in the question, and it will give you your final answer. So it's either you use the formula approach or you go by this approach. Let's move on to the last question. The exterior angles of a polygon are 2x, x, x, 2x and 60 degrees. Find the value of x. And this question is similar to question 1. This question is similar to question 1. So there is no need to waste time on this question. So it is 2x plus x plus x plus 2x plus 60 is equal to what? 360 degrees, because we know that sum of exterior and the sum up to 360 degrees. This plus this plus this plus this is 6x plus 60 equal to 360. And once we have something like this, we group like terms. So it becomes 6x is equal to 360 minus 60. And this is 300. So you divide both sides by 6. We are getting what? 50 degrees. The x is 50 This means once you eliminate this x and you replace it by the 50 and you sum it up, you must get the 360 degrees. So as I said, this section is in two parts, the general questions on polygon. The other part too, I will bring you another set of questions and will show you how to work it out. Thank you and have a nice day.